You're with your child, they're laughing, you're having a great day, and then they lose their marbles when you tell them, no, we're not hitting McDonald's on the way home, or maybe their shoe fits funny or something, and now you have a 3-hour screaming fit going on. That's oppositional defiant disorder. We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to give you one tip that you can begin to implement today to see brand new results. We are Bonnie and
Thomas Liotta.
And when he taught me the principles he used to work with these kids, my whole life transformed.
The parent and the kid are not on the same team. A defiant disorder is a perception from the parent's point of view. It's one-sided. So opposition and a defiant disorder, which means the child's not doing what I want, or they're not following the orders of what I got to do on my 1,000 things I got to get done list.
Yeah.
And it's like dragging an anchor. It's exhausting at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about that, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, is that order is heaven's first law.
True.
Order is heaven's first law. And so we've got parents out there living in chaos thinking that, well, I need to go get my child assessed with a doctor, and then they get this label. And I guess that brings a little sense of order to the parents. It's like, okay, there's the label now, but nobody really knows what to do to help the kids actually cooperate.
No.
Do you remember when we met Charlie?
Yep.
So Charlie was severe ODD. It was like the second day of school. The teacher was already calling. He had thrown something at the TV in the principal's office and broke the TV. He was threatening to kill one of the other kids in the class. He's 9, by the way. And they were already threatening a treatment center, which he did end up going to a 5-day treatment center. So let's talk about Charlie. What was going on inside of Charlie's soul that only 3 weeks later he would then be going to school, and he's been going to school every day since then?
What if it was as simple as a label? I have a headache and I take an aspirin, right? It's like a good story or an excuse. And then the headache didn't go away because it shows up the next day. So we go back to the label. Aspirin, gone, comes back, right? So the label is just something that gets you by for the day, but it never really creates order. So what if this could be missing? If the child is doing a behavior that you may or may not like throwing something at the TV, did it get somebody's attention?
It sure did.
Got
everybody's attention.
If you could have a moment of clarity, why did Charlie throw blank at the TV and break it? If it was for attention, because somebody was missing this number one tip.
Whether you're, a believer or not, all parenting advice comes from scripture, comes from beliefs of say the Catholic Church. And I want to go all the way back to the 4th century when St. Augustine said, all children are born defiant and they need to have it, basically beaten out of them. And that wasn't even in the Bible. God didn't say all children are born defiant. God said, I created man in my image. In my image, I created them, male and female, I created them. So that means you were created in God's image and your child was also created in God's image, not born defiant. But they are born with absolutely no idea how the world works.
Bingo.
And I want to bring up Ephesians 6:4 because it says, fathers, do not exasperate your children. So a child who is throwing something and breaking the TV, having screaming fits, meltdowns, punching holes in your wall at home or whatever, like you said, they're just looking to get attention. They're looking to be seen and heard in the only way that they know how. They were born with one language, and that is to cry. And if they want to get something, if they want to save their lives, if they're drowning, they're going to kick and scream and flail, which is something we're born with. It's our job to guide them. In parenting, we're taught to always correct their behavior in the moment. And right now, the argument is there's harsh parenting, which is we spank them. Or there's this gentle parenting. We correct them in the moment with some sort of negative consequence. And either way,
Physical or mental?
Either way, it's completely backwards, and
True.
we are exasperating our children, and we are causing them to explode, and then we're blaming them and labeling them.
The short answer is validation. And I want to take us back to St. Augustine, 4th century.
Yes.
Defiant. Positive or negative? We know that's negative.
Yes.
That's his perception.
Yes.
He brought that to the table.
Correct.
Got to beat it out of them.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to feel, positive or negative, when somebody's beating something out of you?
Yeah, either physically or mentally.
So
doesn't
negative,
matter.
negative.
Yeah.
Now, if we could reframe it and go, well, wait a minute. Name any baby that's born with any other skill other than cry. What if he just had a missing life skill and that they could be shown what to do? See, that's the difference between back then. So when we look at right now to validate, he's doing this and somebody didn't validate.
He hit you. So what we're talking about is what happened just before your child's meltdown. We are taught that our children must learn the word no, which exasperates them, first and foremost. No exasperates them, which the Bible tells us not to do. And then we're taught to validate their emotions. Oh, it's okay to have feelings, but I won't let you hit. But what you're talking about is something different. It's a different type
100%.
of validation. We just went to the water park all day. Now we're on the way home. My kids are demanding McDonald's. And I used to feel like I was responsible to take them to McDonald's. Like, oh, no, guys, like we just did this all day. We're not going to McDonald's. And then the meltdowns. They weren't like, oh, yeah, thanks, Mom, for a great day. And now you just said no to McDonald's.
Right.
So let's talk about validation.
Sure. You see, validation is the cornerstone to what we all need that trumps air. It's called attention. Any offspring that gets no attention from birth will die. This is called common sense. So when they saw something, ooh, you can't tell me that those golden arches aren't like made to go, ding, cartoon, get my attention. And then all of a sudden, what if the child was just playing I Spy? Ooh, and they read the words, McDonald's, because they were taught to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who found the sign? What color is that sign? What do you mean, McDonald's? You see, when you validate...
That's it.
When you validate and actually maybe ask a question for deeper understanding. Because when somebody says something, they're saying it because they want a loop. They want to be echoed back.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you can echo back, they're like, oh, I got a connection.
And
I was
feel
heard. And guess what? What I thought was important to me, not from the adult sex, but from the kid's point of view. Because if you can ask questions for deeper understanding, 1, 2, 3 times,
man,
I'll guarantee you this. You'll have a child walking on water moment to be like, yeah, I'm not really hungry.
I just saw the McDonald's and want to be validated.
I really didn't want it. They just wanted to be
heard.
But
we have a granddaughter, and she's almost 3, and we took her to the water park a few weeks ago, and we were leaving, and we were getting in the car and buckling her in the car seat, and she come out with, I want to go to the big slide. And she was like, I want to go to the slide. We were just on the slide, and we were done. And I didn't see it right away. I still need to be reminded. And when she goes into whining, I know that I've done something to trigger it. I know it's me. And so I started to explain to her, well, we'll come back next time. Like, you know, my little toddler could understand what I was saying. And Tom's in the front seat. He goes, just validate. Oh, you want to go to the slide? Yeah. What slide? The yellow one. And then all of a sudden she was looking at a bird out the window and giggling, and we went on with our day. That's an example of validating her, what she was asking for.
It is that simple when you learn to speak kid.
Right. And so if you have a parenting question, like if this makes sense to you, first of all, give us a like, share out our content, because it helps the algorithm get it to more parents who need this help. If you've gotten something out of this, if this made sense, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notification, and post a comment below. What would you like to learn more about? What questions do you have about your defiant child, ODD, DMDD, or other? We do episodes once or twice a week. And so if you want to see last week's episode and learn more about your defiant child, just click right over there. And until we meet again,
here's to our
parenting success.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.